All right, folks, we are back with another video review of Baker Mayfield. This time we are looking at his fourth touchdown on the season. You can see on the screen here the Browns are up 10-7 with the second quarter coming to an end. On the right-hand side, you can see that Baker Mayfield at this time is 10 of 15 for 92 yards. Dwayne Haskins has a throwing touchdown. Nick Chubb has a rushing touchdown at this point in time. But again, 47 seconds left, 2nd and 6 for the Browns. And actually, I think the announcer does a really good job of talking through this a little bit. So we're just going to quick play through what they say. And then we'll get over to the coach's film, break it down a little bit, and just talk about what Baker Mayfield is seeing, play calling, having an idea of what Kevin Stefanski did here, set up here, all that jazz. But we will just kick it right to the announcers.
Take a 2-yard gain and turn it into a 5-yard gain. Gets them going.
Kareem Hunt going to the bottom of your screen in motion.
Beckham in the slot.
Second down. Mayfield to the air, to Hunt, to the end zone, to the touchdown. 9-yard score for Kareem Hunt, breaking Washington tackles to break the play.
So with Beckham in the slot, that immediately eliminates the safety from helping on the outside because of this threat. Two guys are going to take Beckham. Now, Pierre Lewis is lined up as a corner. Anytime you get a linebacker lined up as a corner with the skill set of Kareem Hunt, that's number 6, recognizing the matchup and taking advantage of the matchup.
So a very obviously does a really good job, the announcer, talking about where Odell Beckham Jr. was in the slot, takes away Landon Collins, the safety. I think there's just more that we can break down. Not saying that's not good, but we're going to break it down a little bit farther here with some coaches' film, with some more of the pausing and things that you guys are getting used to at this point in time with our video review. So let's get to where we see the formation and what we see in that formation. So right here, at this point in time, so you have Hooper, tight end. You've got Hodge, and I guess that's Jarvis Landry. It doesn't exactly look like his body type, but again, this might be just a weird pause. And then you got Odell down here, in a tight split at this point in time. But you have Kareem Hunt coming over in motion. And so right now, you've got, the Browns' best receivers down here. You've got a corner. Remember, Washington has a great defensive line. You've got Landon Collins, their very highly paid safety that they paid a lot of money in free agency to get from New York here. So right now you're looking at, okay, what is going to happen with this motion, right? So does this guy bump out to Kareem Hunt, leaving safety and linebacker on Odell Beckham Jr.? If so, all right, we know we have an idea that we want to try to look at OBJ. Does either the linebacker or the safety follow Kareem Hunt? If it's the safety, that tells us maybe we're going to get a blitz here. It can tell us a few different things. If everybody bumps, we could be looking at some zone. There's a lot of things that could tell us, but we get Kareem Hunt in motion. The linebacker comes all the way outside to play cornerback. And what that tells, we'll pause it here in just a second, it tells Baker Mayfield that corner and safety, and probably Washington's best safety and a really good safety in the league, are going to be over Odell, whether they're actually doubling or he's just in the vicinity to kind of take care of the middle along with the other quote-unquote too deep safety. It's a too high look currently as we see it here. But it gives him an idea. Okay, Odell is going to have corner, safety. Heck, this D end, who knows if he's going to try to come out here and bump. We saw that in the Cincinnati touchdown to Hunt as well, where the D end was then responsible for Hunt coming out of the backfield. So we're going to get a lot of information off this pre-snap motion, which is why we value it and think it can be really, really important for any quarterback. So here we see it. Right, so we're almost all the way out before the snap. All right, here we go. So what Baker is looking at here is on this side of the field, on the shorter side of the field, it looks a little shorter for me. Maybe that's just the camera angle. On this side of the field, we've got 2 wide receivers and we've got Austin Hooper, right? And with them, we've got 2 corners, a safety, and possibly a linebacker. Doesn't always know that linebacker could be coming. So it could be 3-on-3 here, but that can be a little bit of a cluttered part of the field. But that could be a place to go. But his best receiver, by the way, I still think this isn't Jarvis. Nothing about that up there. Thinking maybe JoJo Natson if he hasn't been hurt yet. That just does not, nothing gives me the sense that that's Jarvis Landry for a lot of different reasons. I could be wrong, and that's okay. It doesn't matter for this. So here he's looking at, he's either got 3-on-3 or he's got 4-on-3, which will clutter up. You know, the ball's actually on this side of the field, but it'll still kind of clutter everything up over here. If you're going 3-on-3 or 4-on-3 here, if nobody comes on a blitz, you got a lot going on in a very short area of the field. Over here, you've got your best player, you got Odell Beckham Jr., and then you got Kareem Hunt on a linebacker, and you think you're getting one-on-one here because of everything that's happened in that pre-snap motion. You believe you're going to get one-on-one here with Kareem Hunt because Odell is going to be the responsibility here of this corner and this safety. So this is kind of the safer area. It seems like this is his number 1 look. Baker watched this motion the whole way to see what's going to happen over here. Because again, if this corner bumped and the linebacker came over or the safety came out, it would have told him he's going to get some pressure. It would have told him he had some flexibility and probably going to focus on Odell. But instead, he sees you got Kareem Hunt off the line of scrimmage against a linebacker who is got a lot of space to cover, right? This could literally be a fade route, and a linebacker is going to trip on himself at some level. So Baker already knows he's coming down here most likely, and then would work his way back to this side of the field because he comes here quick, and he's making sure to confirm what he sees. And then we got basically 2 stop routes, I believe. Kareem Hunt is stopping. This guy looks all kinds of confused. So we'll take the snap and see how quickly Baker gets his eyes around and how quickly he makes the play. All right, snap. Eyes are here, right? So right now, if he's able to plant, he could get it to Odell Beckham. But what he's confirming as he's looking at that, and again, that's tough to plant. I talked about that. Almost the assumption that he could switch to a 1-step drop. But he's looking. He's got 2 guys on Odell. With this inside. Now, could Odell, if he gets that ball here, make it? Yes, but is he setting him up for some physical play? Instead, he also can see, all right, this dude is going to be on one-on-one with Kareem Hunt. And out here, even though he doesn't get back here, you're looking at 4-on-3. All right, so I'm going to keep clicking slowly through. So he's got to the back of his 3-step drop. Odell has at his stop route, right? That's a 4-yard stop, basically 9-yard touchdown, 4-yard stop, about to be a 4-yard stop. This corner can play a little more aggressive because he knows he has the safety there. Here, if Baker ever got all the way back out here to this receiver, there's still, there's a lot of tight play here. So it ended up working out pretty well because Odell takes these 2. Space here for Kareem as he's about to unload. All right, and this is where, okay, you got a corner coming over, but Landon Collins, the big safety and the hitter, right? Kareem's catching this at the 4-yard line, and he understands, he saw, because it's a stop route, so he saw what this guy was doing. So he had an idea that this guy was giving inside leverage. He was protecting himself, basically, from having to deal with any of that stuff on the outside, hoping that he had some help here, either from the safety or the corner, depending. And Hunt knows that and just drives for the end zone, right? But for Baker, this made a lot of sense. Here, it was 2-on-1 in the exact same route. Over here, took away an extra defender. Didn't get a blitz, so there was no need for that hot route to Odell. And we get a Kareem Hunt effort touchdown, which we get a lot of those. From the backside view here, again, we'll just really the key. Watch as this unfolds. Baker's just kind of like, all right, what are y'all gonna do? Right? He's got an idea. Now this guy might come. There could be some droppage. There could be some small chance there could be some zone or man one side, zone the other. That stuff's kind of rare to be that complicated. So when this guy goes out, he's like, all right, we got man. What is this guy doing? Where is he going to be? All of that. Let me figure that out because I'm going over here first. My first read is probably Odell. My second read is Kareem Hunt, and I'll be able to boom do that because they're running basically the same route. But let me watch this. Watch Baker's eyes. All right, so Baker looks. Okay, where did you end up, fellas? All right, he's just kind of like, all right, guys, where are you going to be? Where are you going to be? Let me get that figured out. Because this looks wide open, right? So if Odell was on a slant route, I promise you Odell's getting that ball. But his route was a stop route, right? Same as Kareem Hunt's. But if this is a slant, and I'm guessing at a different time, we're going to see that, right? Okay, you have vacated a slant route to Odell Beckham Jr. At the 9-yard line. And this guy, either he's coming or he's looking at Austin Hooper. If he drops, this would be one of the ones that I'd be worried about Baker Mayfield, right? We've talked about Baker seeing ahead of the throw. So if this guy actually drops into here off of a slant route, I would be concerned. Just, again, thinking ahead, trying to put all these video reviews together to understand what we've seen for Baker Mayfield. It's not real this time, and that's good. And who knows, maybe he's learned already in game, I think this is 3. But right now, he's just watching these dudes. All right, what are you going to do? Where are you at, Landon Collins? Where are you at, linebacker? What does the DB over there do? All right, I know where I'm going, or I'm going to look at least first. I think if the linebacker tried to jam Kareem Hunt, Hunt's probably going to have some option there to go around him and Baker him in the back of the end zone. But linebackers are going to play off there, try to make a play in front of them in coverage way outside, and he can't. So see, Baker, he sees what he knows. He looks over to the left just for a second. Boom, see ya. Worst case scenario, he thinks Kareem's getting down to the goal line. Instead, Kareem is just full of power. So, again, everything about that is a good setup. But a lot of it was Baker, the motion and all of that helped Baker Mayfield understand what was going to happen, helped him read the defense, and that's what good offensive coordinators should do. Now, does that motion always have to be to empty a backfield? I don't love an empty backfield, but it works out, right? And so it's just about understanding, seeing what's going on, especially with that really good Washington front four. They don't have to blitz a lot, and so there's going to be a lot of coverage, especially down there in the red zone. So how do you take advantage of that? How do you set up yourself for wins? And we talked through a little bit about what if Washington did a little bit different here and there, what then adjustment Baker Mayfield may have made. You know, again, if the corner bumps out, if the safety goes outside, if he sees that it's going to be zone, whatever it is, if he sees zone, he's probably, he could look at Odell. He could go again to the left side quickly as he's reading that. Lots of different things. But in this case, he reads it perfectly. It's set up perfectly. And then when you have a player like Kareem Hunt who can catch the ball and quickly just has a feel for linebackers leverage, all of that stuff, we've seen a ton of times where he's getting into the end zone and he's still on his feet as defenders are frustrated or sometimes on the ground themselves. So again, thank you for stopping by this review of Baker Mayfield, touchdown number 4 on the season. Hope everyone is doing well. And as always, take care of yourself, take care of others, and go Browns.